We want to ensure that the most vulnerable never become the least visible.
She set out to create a community of hope, of inspiration.
It's really about acceptance.
It does feel empowering that I can go where anybody else can go.
Hi and welcome to the home of Rocky Mountain PBS. Our journalists have spent this year traveling the state with the goal of creating a place where everyone feels seen and heard. Now, we're taking the time to highlight some of the most impactful voices. I'm Sonia Gutierrez, and something I focused on this year was the sale of the land from underneath mobile home communities. I found that a lot of parks are going up for sale, putting people in tough situations. Do they get together with the community to try and buy the land themselves, or do they start looking for a new place to live altogether? This story is about a park in Durango that was in the middle of negotiations when I got in touch with them. Spoiler alert, you're going to want to watch until the end.
Nosotros teníamos muy poco de estar viviendo ahí y nos llegó una carta donde nos pedían que teníamos un mes para salirnos de ahí.
When Myra moved to this country in 2014, she and her family moved into a mobile home park that promised them all sorts of things, including being able to live here long term. But that dream quickly fell through when the land from underneath them went up for sale and they had to move out.
Yo en ese momento estaba embarazada. Acabamos de llegar, prácticamente pues no teníamos mucho dinero. Fue una situación muy difícil, estresante para mi familia.
That first displacement was difficult and stressful for Mayra. She was pregnant at the time, had to live out of a hotel room with no kitchen to cook in, all while paying a storage unit and a dog sitter. She ended up losing her baby to a miscarriage.
Pues la verdad, cuando recibimos la noticia en diciembre, mi corazón se partió.
Fast forward 6.5 years later, Mayra finds herself in a similar situation, living at Westside Mobile Home Park, pregnant, and facing the possibility of displacement again.
Lo siento. Habían dicho que teníamos 3 meses para que sean los 3 meses donde se iba a vender. Entonces eran los 3 meses que prácticamente voy a estar teniendo a mi bebé. Sorry.
She can't help but think about how her last pregnancy went as she faces the same situation.
Y para mí y mi familia ha sido muy frustrante de saber esta noticia, esta incertidumbre, de saber que estamos como atados de manos porque estamos en una situación.
She feels like she's trapped, and considering home prices in the area, it's easy to understand where she's coming from. Durango, Colorado is home to more than 19,000 people. It's 6 hours south of Denver, yet they are no strangers to the affordable housing crisis. According to the Durango Area Association of Realtors, La Plata County is in a housing inventory pinch.
Between 2021 and 2022, median home prices increased by more than $100,000 to $612,000.
Yeah, we're trying to get people kind of over that hump because, workforce wages are down here and home prices are up here, and got to overcome that gap.
Lisa Bloomquist knows this predicament well. As the executive director of Homes Fund, she helps people buy houses in Durango. One option she turns to often are mobile homes.
They still get the price stability, they still get a roof over their head, they still get to paint the walls whatever color they want.
The median home price for a mobile home in Durango is $70,000. That's 8 times cheaper. But the same problem exists here. Mobile home parks are selling.
We are not able to bring $5.5 million in cash to the table.
Steph Kafanchi with Elevation Community Land Trust asked residents of Westside Mobile Homes if Elevation could put in an offer to buy the park on their behalf.
Our offer for the mobile home park is designed to match the offer of the corporation that is trying to purchase it.
On March 15th, their $5.56 million offer was denied, but the landlord didn't shut the door completely.
He provided a list of the reasons why the other offer was stronger, and that set things in motion to craft a second offer. The same week all these negotiations were going down, Myra started feeling contractions.
Yo solamente quiero hacer el llamado a Durango y al dueño que ponga su corazón en su mano, que ponga a Dios y que vea que no solo es dinero, somos miles de familias pidiendo que un sueño se haga realidad.
That wish came true.
We are buying the West Side Mobile Home.
The residents' second offer was accepted, and Elevation Community Land Trust went under contract to purchase the land.
I could not be more thrilled for the residents of Westside and for the opportunity to be able to dream alongside them.
With this sale, Westside Mobile Home Park became the fourth park in the state to sell to their residents since the law giving residents opportunity to purchase passed in 2020.
Thank you so much for your hard work.
A tank, a Cadillac of mobility chairs, a track chair. All words to describe the track chairs that are available for rent at Staunton State Park, one of the few places in the country that allows people with limited mobility to still enjoy the outdoors. Journalists Julio Sandoval and Amanda Horvath joined a hike this summer.
Now, I would go to one side or the other, probably the left side.
I just feel connected to nature. I feel away from my computer, which I sit in front of all day long. It was not 102 yesterday. I feel like I can really breathe. You know, my mind opens up. Just being connected to the trees, and if I'm lucky enough to see wildlife, it's just refreshing. My name is Justin. I'm from Lakewood, Colorado. I love getting outdoors. I feel powerful, like I can run people over. No, it does, feel empowering though, that I can go where anybody else can go here on the trails. When I was 17, I got in a car with a friend of my friend. I got in the car and he decided to just go out one night down roads he didn't know that were windy, kind of in the Leiden area, West Arvada. And all of a sudden just decided to take off driving really fast, showing off, and went down a windy road and lost control and ended up rolling it down a hill. So the roof collapsed on my head, and I just got a spinal cord injury from that, and kind of broken arm, broken humerus. It was pretty wicked. And so after that, I just spent many weeks in the hospital in ICU.
We have folks who maybe they acquired a disability in their lifetime and they used to have access to the outdoors, and some people it's a return to something they loved. Sometimes it's an introduction to something that they haven't had access to, and that's what I find is that folks just want inclusivity, and they want to be able to access the same thing that we all do, and the healing and the value of being out in nature and outdoors. So these are our track chairs. We have lots of different adaptive devices for folks to make it the most comfortable for them. So our participant can drive the chair using the joystick. Some of our participants are unable to or would prefer to take in the scenery instead of watching the trail. So our volunteer can also drive the track chair by following with the joystick, the attendant joystick. We have 3 trails that our chairs can access, and our participants go out for anywhere from a 2.3 to a 3.5 mile hike.
Whatever's the prettiest, bring me to it.
We can get folks to the Davis Ponds where they can do fishing and picnicking.
When you hear a big thud, you might want to stop.
One of our trails goes up to the historic cabins where the original homesteaders.
I don't want to drag you. The best thing that's going through my mind is nothing, because it's just clear, really. I'm more relaxed here than I am anywhere else. And just having that mind state to, be in the moment and, just talk with my friends and be in nature is the best part.
So much is this.
A little bit of Denmark has made its home in Colorado. I'm Brian Willey, and thanks in part to the pandemic, the Littleton chapter of Cycling Without Age has grown by nearly 100 times in 3 years. It offers a chance to seniors to be outside, cruise along the Platte River, and create some smiles.
Ready, Tom?
Oh, I'm excited. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Let's roll.
Cycling Without Age is an international organization that started in 2012 in Copenhagen.
All right, ready for the bump.
Okay.
A little one, but.
And now we have a chapter in Boulder, Greeley, Lakewood, Littleton, Colorado Springs, and we're just growing. Our goal is to just grow it in Colorado. So we started Cycling Without Age Littleton in 2019.
Oh, how lovely, Liz.
And a beautiful day.
This is peaceful, isn't it?
Everybody's welcome.
Anybody that cannot get on their own bike. I think mental health, emotional health, people who have problems with mobility or with sadness, if they're feeling like alone, this is perfect for them. Just perfect.
We have a trishaw that is propelled, electrically propelled and person, and it has a passenger seat of 2 in the front. And the whole goal is that we give wind in people's hair. They see nature, and we give everybody a purpose, their stories, their wisdom. They gift us so much, and it gives them a purpose and a being.
I have back issues and mobility issues, and so I can drive, but I can't ride a bike, and I can't walk distance at all. And so when I first started with the trishaw, I couldn't believe getting back in nature, what it did to my soul. It was that reconnection, the water, seeing the Platte, just hearing the water, seeing and I mean this, the sun glistening on the water, it's magical.
So we started in 2019, and we got the first trishaw from Copenhagen, and we gave 12 rides, and I had 2 pilots besides myself.
All volunteer organizations, so.
So you guys get your exercise.
We get our exercise.
And then 2020 COVID hit, and so people were not doing anything. They were stuck in their apartment. So that year, we gave 2020 we gave 350 rides, and then in 2021 we gave 1,120 rides, and January to now we've given 845 rides.
Miles and waves.
Happy birthday to you.
Getting out on the trishaw, it's a social event.
We gave a 101-year-old a ride. In the afternoon, I did a birthday party for 103. When she turned 99, I said, we're doing trishaw event every birthday party, and here we go, she's 103.
Jean, you're 103. What's your secret? Chocolate.
We say that the overall premise is to ride, seniors, people with challenges, but the reality is anyone can have a ride. There's no judgment, there's no question, it doesn't matter. Our mission, and we started this in COVID, is that we want to ensure that the most vulnerable never become the least visible. And I think that's really tremendous in our community, and we saw in COVID, if ever, the reality of the isolation of seniors and those with challenges, and it just magnified during COVID. So we have the luxury to bring the gift to folks to keep them with purpose, that they matter, and to help them be the best versions of themselves. And that's really our goal and mission.
It just makes me realize how glad I am to be alive and to be able to enjoy it.
See you down the road.
I'm Teresa Ho, and I met with families and staff at Gigis Playhouse during their Destination Discovery program, one of their many programs that supports individuals with Down syndrome and their families. Spending some time with these little ones while they played and learned was a joy all on its own, but also a reminder how community can help support families.
All right, who wants to go first?
This is the beginning of more possibilities.
Okay.
Programs are designed based on how individuals with Down syndrome learn best. We have families in our database from all over Colorado.
Paint it on your plate.
My name is Elizabeth Jube. I'm the founding board president of Gigis Playhouse Denver, and we are here at Gigis Playhouse Denver in Lakewood, Colorado. Gigi's Playhouse on the national level originated with the birth of Gigi Gianni. Gigi's mom, Nancy Gianni, received a pretty negative, typical birth diagnosis where people told Nancy all the things that Gigi would never do. She would never ride a bike, graduate, hold a job, you know, the list goes on. And Nancy said, no. I'm going to throw that all out, and I believe that my daughter can do all the things that she sets out to do, whatever it is. And so she set out to create a community of hope, of inspiration, of believers who knew that their children with Down syndrome could do much more than what the outdated stereotypes and doctors and therapists were telling them at the time. Our playhouse here in Denver originated through a high school student at the time who was volunteering at Gigis Playhouse Raleigh, where she was living at the time with her family. She reached out to a number of families here locally, and a number of us formed the startup team. And then we opened in the pandemic after a little bit longer than we had anticipated.
Can you put a Z on here? Right-handed. Are you left or right-handed?
We always say that Gigi's serves the community, but we also give the community a place to serve. Siblings, parents, grandparents, cousins, aunts and uncles, neighbors, community members are all welcome to come into programs, to participate alongside their individuals with Down syndrome, or to volunteer or mentor or serve in other capacities.
Are you 5? I heard about Gigis Playhouse online, Instagram, and Facebook. My name is Kristen Espino, and I have been a volunteer with Gigis for a couple months now. Don't lick it. That's yucky. Our daughter is Lucia. We call her Lulu for short. She's 4.5 years old, and she is an only child. So we really love that she gets to come and play with friends and be social at Gigis Playhouse. Years ago, I heard about Gigis opening up in different cities, and we were living in Wyoming, and I knew Gigis would be a long way from arriving to Wyoming, as most things are. And we moved back to Colorado in November of last year. We love Destination Discovery. It's very purposeful, meaningful, great social interaction.
Today in the Destination Discovery program, they participated in the welcome song, and then had a read aloud with If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and then had activities based around that story. They created a maze on the floor, kind of like a little mouse maze or a cookie maze, like a cookie hunt.
You wanna stand up?
They were making pretend cookies. So they were mixing shaving cream and glue, and then the brown paint.
Good job.
And then cutting out chocolate chips.
They get to work on their gross motor skills, their fine motor skills, their receptive and expressive communication, their social emotional skills, their adaptive skills even, those self-help skills, in a fun and meaningful way. My name is Brianna Regau. I am the program leader for Destination Discovery, and I am an occupational therapist. It's really about acceptance, and I love that that is part of Gigi's mission. As a society, we have a lot of stigma around disabilities, and there's a lot of negative perceptions that come with that your life is going to be hard, it's not going to be fun, you're going to really struggle, and that's not the case. Don't count yourself or your child out because they have a delay or disability. Down syndrome is a really beautiful diagnosis.
Scooch. Most people with Down syndrome are inspiring and lights for their community on a daily basis. There you go. She has gone through so much medically and physically, and she just perseveres, and she is still spunky and curious and silly and funny, and the way that she approaches life, I think, is inspiring to me as a parent and to other people around us. Gigi's is for me as much as it is for her.
I see Gigi's for my family in particular as the beginning of a next step community, next step of our family. I have 2 children. My daughter Lucia is 9. My son Noah is 7.5. There are things that make life harder for anyone with Down syndrome or low muscle tone. My son has to work so much harder than his peers without Down syndrome to achieve the same result. And if you have a community like Gigi's and you know other parents, it gives you strength to ask for more, and it gives you strength to stand behind your child when it's really, really hard. And so I hope that Gigi's, Denver, and this community can be the strength for many, many more families, as it has been for me and my family.
When it comes to taking steps to become better stewards of the land, one family used to the city life in Denver took a risk and became homesteaders. I'm Lindsay Ford, and this year I met with Terrence Boyd, co-owner of Wild Boyd Farm. He and his family shared how their newfound life as ranchers creates a healthier life for not only their family, but the community.
We didn't buy a farm. It wasn't originally a farm. It was just a tract of land with a home, and we decided to convert it into a homestead, and in the public converted it into a farm. You know, it wasn't something that we necessarily came out here to do, to produce on a mass production scale. So yeah. Typically year-round we have beef, and we have our pork and our laying hens, and then we run our specialty pastured chicken in the spring, summer, and fall. You don't smell anything. Then just cut the water on for me, and then put your boots on. Well, my name's Terrence Boyd, and I'm originally from Denver, Colorado, and the name of our farm is Wild Boyd Farm. My wife had came up with that name because the first year of farming was wild. So when we actually decided to establish this as a farm business, that was the name that she chose, and we ran with it. So just, we always knew when we wanted to buy our first property that we wanted to homestead. That was just kind of something that always stuck with us, that we always talked about. When that opportunity presented itself, that's what we did. You know, we don't come from a farming background, so to speak, like that, and we had really no clue of the lifestyle or what it took to do what we're doing today. It's all coming in green, and that's just from, you know, moving and rotating animals around.
Why are you grumpy? You're fine.
We had a customer reach out to us last week in Strasburg, and a family, and she called and said, "Hey, I heard about your farm, you know, and your practices and what you do, and you know, we have a serious reaction to eggs in the store." And I said, "Okay, well, you know, our hens just started laying because they came off of molting season. So we had a dozen. She ordered 2 dozen, and she said, I've been trying to order eggs from you for so long, but you've just been out of stock for so long because our product it really doesn't have a long shelf life here because it's just, you know, we don't produce on such a mass level." She tried them out, and she said, "I'll order eggs from you every week, if it's a dozen or 2 dozen." And I said, "Well, you know, we'll see if we can arrange that." And, you know, we've been selling a dozen eggs to her ever since. But she had no reaction to the eggs that we produce here. So, you know, to be able to help someone out with that, a family, you know, it's pretty powerful. So. So that's what, you know, small farms are trying to do, is to help fill that void, so you don't have to necessarily use mass production food as your only source of protein. So get that filled up. So Wild Boyd Farm is regenerative farming. It's a regenerative farm, grass-fed. When it comes to beef, pastured chicken, and pastured pork. Regenerative farming is being able to regenerate what's there, and continue to use that to grow, to survive. So this farm, you know, is aiming towards self-sustainability, being able to sustain, you know, on what we have, and learning what the capacity rate for different animals on the land that you have, and that'll give you regenerative farming. There's not too many working African American homesteads here in the state. that you can go to and visit. A lot of people point out Deer Trail, Colorado, where, you know, original homesteaders started. And, you know, homesteading now is a little bit different than homesteading back then. Back then they would, you know, almost necessarily give you the land, and you would have to make the improvements to the land. This one we paid for. So it's a lot different in retrospect, but still homesteading is still the same. Trying to make improvements to the land, working the land for production for yourself. And it just so happened to start to turn into production for others that aren't able, you know, to do something like this. So I think for most people, for them to be able to see a working homestead instead of a site of a used to be working homestead is something that young black up and coming farmers or ranchers can come out and see, you know. So I think that has a place somewhere.
Thank you to all the people who opened up their homes and shared their perspective. You can see all of our stories and previous Colorado Voices episodes on rmpbs.org.